welcome back to a new video of mine. If you guys liked my last reaction video of Adrienne Houghton's makeup tutorial in Spanish, and I wanted to come on here and do a similar video. This video is going to be a reaction video to Pero Like's Latinos Take a Spanish Test. I once saw this video a while ago and I found it so funny, so I wanted to come on here and watch this video with you guys together. It is very interesting to see that all of those are native Spanish speakers, but they take a Spanish test, and the test results are, to me, not very surprising. But you might think that native speakers know it all, but you will definitely see in this video that they don't actually. A lot of times people who've learned the language as a second language know even more of like grammar than native speakers. So we're going to watch this video and react to it together. Also, if you're learning Spanish or any other language, then definitely don't forget to look in the description box below. I have a couple of recommendations and links of Spanish apps and books I use. So definitely go and check them out. They might help you as well. All right, let's get into this video. All right, Latinos Take a Spanish Test. This is from Pero Like. If you don't know Pero Like, if you don't know Pero Like, it's a YouTube channel. It's Spanglish mostly, but it is basically a YouTube channel created within Buzzfeed, but it's called Pero Like, so it's a mix of English and Spanish because they're mostly like Latinos. They're only Latinos, basically. It's created from Latinos for Latinos, and they make a lot of Latin cultured content. So there's a lot of Spanglish in there. Not all of them are like fluent in Spanish. It's not all in Spanish, but it's mostly Spanglish. And this is very interesting. I think most of the members of like Pero Like grew up speaking Spanish, but a lot did not. Some of them grew up speaking Spanglish or not Spanish at all. So it's quite interesting to see. So let's watch this Latinos Take a Test. This has like over 1.6 million views. So this went viral. All right, let's start.
¿Qué tú quieres? Palomo.
Haha, what a funny cold open. One thing that my coworkers pride themselves on is their bilingualness. Wait, is that a word? As for me, I'm only partially bilingual and struggle with the language quite a bit. I'm gonna take out all my frustrations and give them a Spanish pop quiz. I had a Spanish instructor create a test based on some things I heard around the office.
I am confident in the sense that I grew up with it. I only speak Spanish at home. Having said that, I suck at accents and I suck at taking tests about Spanish.
Yeah, so basically what the first one said, Norberto was his name, he only grew up speaking Spanish at home. And that's the case with, I think, a lot of Latinos growing up in the US especially. They only grew up speaking Spanish at home and not so much like in their outside environment. It's mostly English, and at home then it's Spanish. But I also know that a lot don't even speak Spanish at home, but speak more so like Spanglish or not Spanish at all. That's not only the case with Spanish speaking immigrants in the US, but that's the case all over. I'm the perfect example. I grew up in Germany, but I grew up with multiple languages in my household, and outside of that it was German. That's the case mostly when you grow up in an immigrant family.
I'm mad confident in my Spanish. I was born speaking Spanish. English is my second language. Writing it, of course, I text in Spanish all the time. Of course, I know how to write in Spanish. Okay, I haven't written in Spanish in such a long time.
So this is another case of a lot of people who just speak their native language at home and not as much outside of home, that they don't really learn how to write it. They might know how to write it just by guessing or like hearing it, but they're not really used to writing it because other than text messages, you're not really writing a whole lot when you speak your language like only at home to your parents or whatever. Like in most cases, they don't even speak the language to their siblings. That was the case in my home as well. With my sister, I've always just spoken German, but not so much like with my parents. It's different, you know. So that's a lot of times the case also with Latinos growing up in the US, that of course if they're like first generation, they're going to speak more English, and their parents might not speak that much English, or might not want to speak English at home. Of course, some of them might have to navigate around speaking Spanish at home and speaking English outside of home, and that is only the speech part. So they're not really writing Spanish, because of course you don't have to write tests or something like that in Spanish. You only have to talk. So mostly you will only know how to speak and not so much how to write.
The official language of Curly is neither English or Spanish, it's Spanglish. I'm not the best at Spanish and I'm not the best at English, but I'm super good at Spanglish.
I don't know how I'm gonna do on this test. I keep thinking I speak well, but I'm also like, the Dominican in me is like, ooh girl, you about to fail. I think that the only problem that I have is like my accents on things, and like putting the ñ on it, I'm like,
All the accent marks in the following passage have been omitted. Write them in. No, that's what I have Siri in Espanol for.
accent marks? This is what I'm saying. Álvaro, hijo.
¿Por qué no querías ir con tu papá a Bogotá?
Does hijo have one?
All right, let's stop right there. Let me do this and see if I get it right. Oh my God, I remember learning this in university. I had this course called, well, it was Spanish, and obviously Spanish orthography, like everything Spanish. And this was not Spanish to learn Spanish, but this was basically a course for Spanish native speakers already, just to learn the language of Spanish, how the Spanish language is constructed. And I mean, they even said it was hard for native Spanish speakers, but imagine for a non-native. So I really remember this course, but it should have helped me because I have this method of speaking out loud the words that indicates me more or less where the accents are supposed to be placed. So let's see if I get this right. With Álvaro, it's on the A. Álvaro, hijo, no accent. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué is accent because why? So there's a Y there's an accent on the que. Álvaro, hijo, ¿por qué no querías ir con tu papá a Bogotá? So as you hear me saying out loud the pronunciation of papa, you hear that the second syllable is pronounced, is stressed. So papa, it's not papa, but papa. So there's going to be an accent on papa, on the second syllable. Papa. A Bogotá, it's the same case. There's going to be an accent on ta, the last syllable. It's not Bogotá, but Bogotá. So Álvaro. On the A. Álvaro, hijo, ¿por qué no querías ir con tu papá a Bogotá? Tú sabes que tú has an accent. The tú as a pronoun has an accent. And there is tú in the case of, for example, llévame tu botella. Like, bring me your bottle. That tú doesn't have an accent. But this one has, I know. Tú sabes que para él, for him, él has an accent. Because él is a pronoun in this case, and if it was only L like this, it would not be a pronoun because there are different L's. So this one has one. Tú sabes que para él fue importante que tú conocieras a tu bisabuelo. Tú sabes que para él fue importante que tú conocieras a tu bisabuelo. Bisabuelo. Bisabuelo doesn't have an accent, I think. Bisabuelo, I don't know, it's bisabuelo, normal. Then Ángel. Ángel has an accent on the A because it's a name. Ángel, antes que muriera. Okay, let's read this again. Álvaro, accent. Hijo, ¿por qué? Accent. No querías ir con tu papá, accent, a Bogotá, accent. Tú, accent, sabes que para él, accent, fue importante que tú conocieras a tu bisabuelo Ángel, accent, antes que muriera. pero nunca más tendrás. Tendrás has an accent on the as, the last syllable, la oportunidad. So that's it. I think that was all it. So let's see if they got it right. That's an interesting question here because they are native speakers. All right.
Put one there, who knows?
Papa, there's an accent there. A Bogotá, there's an accent there.
And him? Nah, why not?
Eat, I think, should have one.
Dang, I don't know.
I don't understand. Can I skip?
¿Por qué no querías? Is there an accent on qué?
This is some bullshit.
Maya, I hate you.
Put in bisabuelo. No?
Oh.
It sounded like a bees.
I got none right. This is 0.
There's an accent on que and por qué.
Yes.
As soon as you said it, I knew where it was.
That's what I said.
No on eat?
No. Are you kidding me?
Of course. Does
Since when we put accent on names, people?
I don't dislike you, but I don't like you either.
Ooh. All right, this one is going to be a little bit harder because here they have to like freely translate. Just translate. It's always easier to translate from your native language to another language rather than the other way around. So here it's going to be more difficult to translate from English into Spanish for them, obviously, because if they would see the Spanish phrase, it would be way easier to translate into English. Translating backwards, like the other way around, is always more difficult. So let's see how they do.
This is simple, but it's not this one.
No es que no me gustas. Is that right? Where is that?
No es que no me gustas. I would say no me caes bien. Ah.
tú no me disgustas, pero no te quiero tampoco.
That one had me messed
No me
up.
disgustas,
I was
pero
totally
no me
fucking
gustas
overthinking that
tampoco.
one.
Desgusta is the exact translation of dislike. Either way, I got this shit right. You know what I mean, son?
I don't like politics, but politics like me. I mean,
Okay. Let's see if I can translate this. I don't like politics, but politics like me. No me gusta la política, pero a la política le gusto yo. Let's see.
a mí no me caen bien los politics.
No me gustan los políticos, pero los políticos me gustan a mí.
Yo no quiero la política, pero la política me quiere a mí.
All right. No me gusta la política. That one I got right. Pero yo le gusto. Okay, you can also say that. Okay. Pero I said, yo le gusto a la política. It's basically the same. Yeah. So, all right. I got the right answer. Let's see their answer. Their answers are funny.
Oh. No me gusta la política, pero a la política le gusto.
That's what I said exactly. He got it right.
Ahí. Tú viste.
No me gustan las políticas, pero las políticas le gustan a mí.
So he basically translated literally from English, because in English politics is plural. Politics, it's not politic, but politics. So he did a literal translation into Spanish and also employed the plural. So he said las políticas, but in Spanish you only say la política, which is singular. In Spanish, politics is not plural, it is singular. So it's la política versus politics in English, and he did that.
I would never even say the sentence anyways. You would never hear that sentence come out of my mouth, so I don't need to learn it.
You know, when I was writing it, I was thinking about that, because when you say that me gustan a mí, it's still saying you're liking it.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, he got me there.
But you can also say quiero for like, but in this formal setting, it's gotta be gusta.
I think I learned that I need to pay more attention
you
to the way
mind?
that people speak and how they use their tenses, because I think I just get a little lazy with it, but I'm like, they know what I meant.
Take that, Spain. You ain't got shit on me.
You never stop learning in this life.
Exactly.
And this is a huge lesson.
Mommy!
Yeah, so that was the reaction video. I hope you guys liked it and learned something out of it. I find those videos very fun to film. That's why I hope you guys also like this format of videos, like reaction videos, and like, you know, more easygoing, not so much sitting here and explaining you grammar, which is boring to me as well as to you probably. So I find it more interesting to do this kind of format, you know, because like this you learn, but you're also having fun at the same time. And that's what we all want, right? Alright, so if you guys enjoyed this video, then definitely don't forget to thumbs up, to share, also to comment below. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!